Ravens flock. This is definitely not the video I wanted to be doing today, but it is what it is. We just took a heartbreaking last second loss to the Browns today. It's just another one of those games where we just let our foot off the gas. We missed on a couple of key opportunities to execute, and we just simply blew a lead. This was definitely the first game this season where I truly felt like our defense just ran out of gas. Again, we've had moments where our defense would kind of give up plays here and there, but just in the second half, they just simply just looked like they just looked out of it. Everybody was just having an off game. It was definitely tough to see. We for whatever reason, I'm not gonna say for whatever reason, but we just couldn't get David Njoku to go down. That's one of the main things that just keeps playing in my mind is that play towards the end of the game where David Njoku just barrels through everybody for I don't know what it was, maybe 20 yards or whatever. He just kept pushing and pushing everybody, including Geno Stone, just kept pushing him out the way. Then, of course, another play was later in the game. If I'm not mistaken, it was their running back, Jerome Ford. He gained around 9, but then their O-line pushed the pile another 5 or 6 or 7 yards. That was definitely a back-breaking type of play. It is tough because even with the game slipping away from us, it seemed like we still were going to be able to shut the door when Odafe Owe got that sack towards the end of the game. That was actually a strip sack, even though the Browns recovered it again. But it seemed like that was going to be the end of it. We were going to shut the door on it, but it didn't go that way, unfortunately. And this is definitely just one of those games where we got to just really fix simple things and clean things up. Especially offensively, our O-line was definitely just allowing way too much pressure. It didn't help that Ronnie Stanley got hurt again. As of right now, I don't know what the status is, but again, he is hurt again. And then also, if I'm not mistaken, Moses didn't play, I don't remember seeing Moses in this game. I didn't check the injury report before the game started. But either way, we had Pat McCarry in there and then Falalele in there. And they just was the Browns were just having a field day on us. Meanwhile, the Browns had their backup tackles in, and somehow they were managing to hold their own, which was blowing my mind because considering how much we dominate, we should have took it to a whole other level with them playing with backup tackles, but we ended up not doing that. We still got pressure at times, obviously. Matabike got a sack. Kyle Van Noy, no, not Kyle Van Noy. Jadeveon Clowney actually got 2 sacks. And then obviously Odafe Owe got a sack. But it still seemed like we just let up, man. It's hard to even figure out what was the issue. As far as what happened defensively, Marlon Humphrey also he had a non-contact injury that some people believe is an Achilles, so he may be out for the year. And obviously he's our best quarter, so that's gonna definitely be a shot to the gut if he's done for the year. Rock Ya-Sin gave up a key pass interference call that, if I'm not mistaken, it put them at the 5-yard line or something like that. And it's a shame that we couldn't put this game away because we got off to as good a start as you could possibly want. Literally on the second or third play of the game, Deshaun Watson throws a pick six. Kyle Hamilton, he uses his length to just go up, bat the ball up in the air, bat it to himself, and then literally walk into the end zone. And then as soon as we get the drive right shortly after that, Keaton Mitchell goes off for a 30-something yard touchdown. He didn't get much touches, but to be fair, the running attack as a whole didn't really get off. We didn't do much. We also got dominated when it comes to time of possession. If I'm not mistaken, I think they had 34 minutes, and we had about more or less 25 minutes. They just completely ran all over us. Jerome Ford had a crazy day. Then we couldn't stop people like David Njoku. He had 58 yards. Amari Cooper kept getting open. and we got off to such a good start. I mean, it's just tough to see because Deshaun Watson in the first half was 6 of 20, and then in the second half he completed like 14 straight passes, and and helped lead them to a game winning field goal. So it's just one of those games that's just a shot to the gut. We definitely had several missed opportunities. Lamar overthrew Zay Flowers by like 5 yards on what should have been a touchdown that would have put us up like that would have got another 6 points on the board. Justin Tucker had another field goal blocked. So this is definitely one of the weirder years for Justin Tucker in recent memory, where it seems like he's been catching a lot of tough breaks. That also Lamar threw he threw 2 picks. The second pick, that's just kind of like just bad luck, just a bad luck at a tough break where it hits one of the Browns defenders on the helmet as he jumped up to get in the way, and then Greg Newsome took it in for a pick six. But then the first one was just I don't understand, like that was just completely an underthrown pass. From what I could see, he didn't even get touched prior to throwing the ball. He just completely underthrew Bateman. I don't know if Bateman ran the wrong route or if it just was underthrown. Either way, it didn't work out, and they got a pick off of that as well. Like, I feel all over the place, but again, this game was all over the place, and it shouldn't have been. Like, the way we got started, this game should have been a complete blowout. But this was another case of us letting teams linger around and us not being as aggressive as we should be and not executing as well as we should. Because even if you say that we weren't playing super aggressive, we still had enough opportunities to completely shut this game out and blow this game wide open, and we just missed out on them opportunities. As far as us shutting the game out, like I said, the David Njoku play where we couldn't get him down was one. The Jerome Ford play where the whole O-line pushed him like 5-10 yards, that was one. The play late in the game where Kyle Van Noy almost sacked Deshaun Watson on what would have been a major sack opportunity, but Deshaun scrambled and got the first down. That was another one where we could have shut the door. And then obviously, like I said a few seconds ago, the missed passes and bad throws by Lamar in towards like this, if I'm not mistaken, the second or third quarter. Like, there were bright spots in this game, obviously, like Zay Flowers, if I'm not mistaken, he tied Torrey Smith's record for most receptions by a rookie with like his 50th catch. He had 73 yards. He had a good day. Again, if him and Lamar would have connected on that deep pass, he would have easily finished the day with like more or less 150 yards or 130 yards, something like that in that range. Mark Andrews didn't do much, but he still was there when he was needed. OBJ also didn't do a whole lot, but he did have that 40-yard touchdown, which that still made me optimistic because that was one of the main things I was waiting to see ever since that Titans game where he went off for like that 30 or 40-yard run, where it's clear that he could easily be, the way teams are defending us and the way he's been performing, it seems like he easily could be the most dominant, OBJ that is, could be the most dominant in situations where we have him in the slot running slant routes. Like, games like this, you definitely can't give away. Like, we got to do better at the bank. Obviously, I know everybody that showed up in attendance was disappointed. And it sucks to give a team like the Browns this type of confidence, especially at this point in the season. We're still at the moment leading the division, but again, the AFC North, it's so tight and it's such a gauntlet to where we have to create some sort of separation. Like, this was supposed to be like, I felt that, and this should be no surprise, but I felt that we were gonna win this game and the Thursday game, and that would have completely, gave us full control of the North at that point. We still have a chance to win this division. Obviously, I think we still will. But now every game is going to be that much more intense, and every game is going to be like, we have to approach these games like it's like winner takes all. We have no choice, because even though I think we could, even though I think we will beat the Bengals and wipe them out of the picture on Thursday, we still got to worry. We still got to create some separation between us and the Steelers and the Browns. because somehow the Steelers keep winning, and somehow the Browns, despite not being nearly as good as us, are still in this race. So hopefully, a game like this, even though it's heartbreaking, even though we essentially dropped an egg, like considering the way our team plays, this is the closest I think we're going to get to dropping an egg, so to speak. Hopefully this could be like something like a battery to be put in the team's back to get back on track this Thursday. Because obviously once we play this Thursday, we'll technically have a bye week, as far as, it'll be 10 days before our next game. So if we could just go in there Thursday, get back on track, and then have a break to really figure out how to get this offense to the next level and how to get the defense back to being the best in football, ultimately we'll be fine. But at the same time, now it makes you that much more nervous. But yeah, I don't even know how to feel right now, man. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. How do y'all feel about this game? Are you guys worried? Or do you guys think that we just need to calm down, take a deep breath, and just get back on track on Thursday?